to the south coast for 3 nights and had the most successful sit ever. It was lovely, wasn't it? I ran for 20 minutes. Oh, I've started a health and diet regime. Oh, that's good. I've got a fucking huge list. You know, if they're all $2.99.
Yeah. Go on then.
Hi. We are Retirement Dreams to Reality. I'm Keely. This is Bruce. And today we're going to do our monthly vlog update. One step closer to retirement. Do you want to start?
Okay, so my first one is that the fixed bond accrued. So we managed to get our 5% interest on our money, and then we used that money to pay off the camera. So that was a real positive this month.
That was a positive.
Yeah.
That was a really good one, wasn't it? That we used the money to invest in this.
Yeah. Right, do you want to do yours?
Yes. My first one is our very successful house sit. I think in previous One Step Closers we've talked about setting up our profile, then I talked about accepting a sit, and this time we did the sit. We went to the south coast for 3 nights and had the most successful sit ever. It was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't originally successful.
But in terms of one step closer,
oh yeah,
it definitely made us realise that we can use trusted house sitters to travel for virtually free.
It didn't go without hiccups.
It didn't go without hiccups, but nothing ever goes without hiccups. You could be travelling and paying a fortune and it still not go without a hiccup.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a really nice sit, and we're going to do a video on our first sit. So if you are interested in trusted house sitters, then take a look at that.
Yeah, so I've got the same. So I put the dog sitting went well. Yeah, we've gone into a lot more depth in the dog sitting video.
Yeah, we have.
But again, for me, the kind of win from that was also the fact that it was a kind of a nice, cheap weekend away. So we didn't have to pay for accommodation, and we pretty much took a load of our own food with us. So in terms of cost and what we could do in the future and kind of one step closer, I thought it was a really good thing that happened.
I don't think we've done a video on how much it cost, the actual trip.
No.
Just quickly, including petrol and doing what we do, which is going out for coffees. We also had a fish and chips at one point, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we spent a grand total of £70-80.
Yeah.
For the entire weekend.
Yeah, and we looked around that area, and if we'd have stayed in an accommodation like an Airbnb, it'd have been close to like a £200. Did you say £200 a night?
Yeah, we weren't finding anything for that bank holiday weekend for less than about £600.
Yeah, so actually that was brilliant. So that's quite a big win.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to do your next one?
I think we've got the same one here as well, I bet. Nationwide.
Oh, I've got that down, yeah.
Go on then, you say and I'll jump in.
So last year, we did a switch to Nationwide, and we opened up a savings account for a holiday fund, and we also used the main account for some of our bills come out of that as well.
Yeah.
And because we did that, we didn't realise this is what was going to happen. Nationwide gave us £100 each. So originally we thought we might get £100 between us, but because it's a joint account, we ended up with £100 each. That was quite a win. So this year they announced again, we didn't know it was going to happen, that they were going to do it again, and because we'd followed the same process, we've both got another £100 coming next month.
So £200 for opening accounts that we were going to open anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's a building society. I think it's what buildings. If you've got accounts with the building societies, aren't you some type of like little shareholder or something? It definitely is because it's a building society. But even so, that's £400 we've had in 2 years.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's not counting the 200 or whatever we got for switching.
Yeah, and the fact that we basically got the interest accrued from the holiday fund as well, so we got like 20-30 quid for that for the year. So again, it's money makes money, so that was really good.
That was really good.
I got my money for the moderation, so I finally did my last moderation. I got my pay for that, and then straight away I've invested that straight into the stock market. So again, that's another bit extra that hopefully will get us one step closer. Do you want to do your next one?
Yes, my next one is not a finance one.
Right, got that.
I ran for 20 minutes. I ran for 20 minutes this month. Bruce had a little laugh at me last month because I'd worked up to running for 5 minutes. But anybody who's ever done Couch to 5K, they'll know that once you get into the 5th, 6th week, it just jumps up. So I had a really successful Couch to 5K this month, and I am now running for 20 minutes and more. So yeah, I was really happy with my Couch to 5K this month.
My next one is I've got back into my gym routine. So ever since we got back from America, our diets went a little bit off the boil, and my training went off the boil. So it was nice to actually, for the last couple of weeks, to actually get back into the routine.
It wasn't just America, was it? You were doing all your moderation, so you're having to travel loads.
Yeah, it was nice for the last couple of weeks to get back into that, so that was good. What's yours?
This month, have contacted my case manager and made definite plans to cut my hours from September. So that's quite important to me, that I can get a slightly better work-life balance in my last couple of years of working. So I am cutting down to 2.5 days in September. I was a little bit worried about that conversation, but it was accepted well. And yeah, I was really pleased with that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
My next one is kind of due to Keely. I've joined Reddit. So again, it's almost a positive and a negative, because now I've gone down a rabbit hole. So she got me joined into all these kind of different groups, and I keep getting notifications on my phone now, and it's like straight away I'm reading all these articles, and some of them are really positive and some of them are really negative. But again, because of one of those, it kind of led into one of my big fails. So I'll talk about that in a bit. But that was joined Reddit. So it's really good. It's like I say, it's lots of information and it's dead interesting. But again, there's just so many different opinions.
You can't watch YouTube videos everywhere.
Yeah.
We were sat having a coffee today, and you can just pull up an article and have a little read of Reddit if you feel like it. It's really useful.
Yeah, it sparks conversation with me and you as well, because like I said, there are things that we're both interested in, and we're both talking about the articles.
You've shared an article with me already, haven't you? Did this morning.
One today, so it is very good.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something we'd advise to have a look at. Yours?
This is my final win. I have booked a solo trusted house sitter for 2 months' time. A lovely little dog. I've already had a couple of chats with the woman. That went really well. So yeah, I am going to do a house sit by myself. It's only an hour and a half away. It's by a river. It's a nice house, and it's a super chilled dog. So I'm really looking forward to that. Some solo travel that I've always wanted to do. Never quite been brave enough.
And I think you said that kind of scratches that itch, doesn't it, for you as well?
Yeah.
Because again, it's not going to be something that's going to cost us a lot of money, but then you can go away, and you're even looking into possibly taking Chase, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
if it's another small dog or another old calm dog, I walk 2 dogs every morning. I've walked a wild Springador who was only sort of 18 months old with Chase. So I can definitely do 2 dogs, so I might do that as well.
Yeah, it's a good way of saving money, but also ticks the box.
Scratches my itch. You can stay at home and stick to your routine.
Yeah.
I can go off and just see little bits.
Yeah, so it's really good. That's something that's come of us just by having a successful pet sit as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
You feel the confidence to go by yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
So our other win is we watch a lot of finance stuff, and there's a strategy. I'll put the article up on screen, but there's a strategy where it's called sell in May and go away, and basically that means that it's based on the theory that the stock market will underperform in the 6-month period between May and October. So you're supposed to sell in May and then come back after October. That's a strategy that you follow based on previous things that have happened. However, because we stuck to the plan, we've done what we're supposed to do, May's been a really good month for the stock market.
Yeah.
So this just shows you that our just set and forget, leave it is working really well, because if you try and this is why you can't.
I was about to say that sounds like timing the market.
Yeah.
And we're really against timing the market.
Yeah, but it's quite a common strategy that you sell in May and come back in November.
Oh right.
Yeah. So, but again, if we would have done that, we would have made a huge loss.
A better saying is time in the market, not timing the market.
I think again it reinforces we're doing the right thing, so it gets us one step closer.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you want to look at your fail?
My fail, I suspect this could be a fail for a while. I think I said in last month's video that I was starting a diet and health regime because I wanted to lose a stone before my holiday. And it reminds me of the meme. I've started a health and diet regime. Oh, that's good. I want to lose a stone before I go away in the summer. Excellent. How are you doing? Oh, I've only got 15 pounds to go. Now, that's where I am a little bit. My running's going really well. My gym's going really well. But my eating's not gone so great. However, watch this space for One Step Closer update next month, because the people that I work with every Saturday, the people that I walk with every Saturday, we are all wanting to shift some poundage. So we've started a little group and we've only been doing it 2 days and we're all motivating each other.
2 days.
2 days, but I've been better these 2 days than I've been for ages. So fingers crossed my next update will say I've lost however much.
Bro, is that your fail then?
That's my fail.
So my fail's a little bit kind of the rabbit hole with Reddit. So I was looking at, there's an article about side hustles and there's loads of different things. And one of them was a parking space one. So you can rent out a space, your house parking space to somebody. So I did everything. It was really easy to fill it in. However, it turns out that you've got to send all this deed information and everything else. That's kind of stalled a little bit. So I'm not sure if that is going to be a fail or a success. And also because of our location, I don't know if it's going to actually happen, but again, if you're in a good location, it's definitely worth looking at.
We use your parking space all the time for Heathrow.
Yeah.
We've parked in about 4 different houses now, 4 different driveways for Heathrow. But my argument to you was, when we discussed it, is we're not in that type of location. Do your research before you put the time and effort in. Do your research. I put in our postcode to see if there were any other spaces around our area. There were, and none of them had been rented. None of them had been signed up for.
But I think you never know. Like some people were saying they were getting £9 a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you add that up over the year, and you are allowed to earn £1,000 without having to pay any tax on it, so.
And if it had have been a dead simple process, what have you got to lose?
Yeah, whereas now I've got to send documentation off. I'm not sure it's worth the effort, but I'll look into that. My other kind of fail is that Keely tried to do a really nice thing, and we saw these cans of iced coffee that were really nice. Really. But they were in Tesco, so I said, can you pick me some up? And she went to Tesco and there weren't any there. And then she went to another Tesco and she saw a load of them, so she bought about 20 cans.
20? I bought every can they'd got because I thought, I found them for him.
And then you realise when you got back they were the wrong ones. So, I mean, luckily, again, it's a fail, but I've managed to sidestep. So the ones I wanted had some, like, they were my protein ones, so they had 14 grams of protein in each can, which is great. So now what I do is I've taken those cans and I just basically put a scoop of protein powder in and I get the same effect. So it's not a complete fail, but again, it was a nice thought, but it didn't quite pay off.
Yeah, that is my fail really. I was trying to be nice. I saw these cans. I thought, yes, I finally found them for him.
Yeah, it is what it is, but that was something that kind of a bit of a fail, but we turned it to a bit of a success in the end.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's everything, yeah.
One step closer.
Volume 4.
Volume 4. That's Keely and Bruce. Thank you for watching. I've got a fucking huge list. You know, if they're all $2.99.
Yeah. Go on then.
You didn't use that last time, did you? You're double checking. You're not doubling up on them, aren't you?
Yeah.
We can't say that, so you just have to cut that. We sat having coffee earlier today. We couldn't have watched a YouTube video, but you can sit and have a little look at Reddit.
You need to look at the camera.